Folks, I'm Ron07 and I'm currently on a journey to read every DC comic ever released. It'll take me about 18 years and I'm doing 10 a day, but I'm gonna do it. So recently, I actually did make it to the birth of Superman, aka the dawn of superheroes. And with that, I have decided to create this video, which is a compilation of my 5 videos from before reaching Superman. And, like a compilation of sorts, yeah. And, it's like I guess like a supercut. And I'm gonna post it now. And, you know, I hope you all enjoy. I don't think this one's going to get many views, but that's okay with me. I think this is the way to do it. I'm going to do this after every sort of age. You know, I'm going to do this, the pre-Golden Age of superheroes, the dawn of superheroes, the Golden Age, the Silver Age, etc., etc., etc. So, I hope you all enjoy. You know, I know there's not many of you, but thank you for supporting me. Like, I really appreciate it. Thank you, like, a lot. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace! I'm not doing an outro. Why am I doing that? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that again for the outro. See you in like an hour. We're gonna start not with Action Comics #1 because that's not the first DC comic ever released. Superman's the first superhero, but DC Comics didn't start with superheroes. When they used to be called National Comics in 1935, 3 years before the birth of Superman, we are going to start. Now, obviously, these are from the 1930s. Most of them not in very good condition. They're gonna be tough to read, but we're gonna do our best. A little teaser for what's to come. 10 cents. That's cheap. The Magic Crystal of History. This is dude, they got teleported to Egypt. This one's funny, dude. Is that Mickey Mouse? He looks a little like Mickey Mouse, which Oswald the Rabbit. I think there was a bit inspiration from Disney there. There's gonna be a lot of war stuff in these. Not yet, actually. That was starting in like the 40s, right? Wing and Slim. Wing and Slim. Okay. Oswald the Rabbit's clumsy as dude. Where was I? Who are they? I'm very confused as to what's going on here. I don't like this one. I like this one was just slop. I like this one. This one's interesting. This one's okay. This one sucks. I don't like this one. This one sucked. Oswald the Rabbit is obviously peak, just peak entertainment. They need to bring back Oswald the Rabbit. DC needs to bring back Oswald the Rabbit, if you ask me. Buckskin Jim. That feels like I don't know how I feel about saying that. That feels like it might be a slur that I just said. I'm not sure. I didn't like this one. Not just because it's a little bit racist. Well, maybe a little bit. But, just, it's so hard to read. I think that's the main problem. It's so difficult to read. Bubby and Beetle. Bubby is helping him with his homework. And then Beetle does some evil stuff, dude. Okay, Super Police. Okay, so Joan. So they're doing a dangerous mission in the stratosphere. Joan sneaks on the high-low. High-low. Okay, hang on. So Super Police. Some professor made a submarine plane that can go in the air or underwater. The Super Police have the plane now, and they're going to the Galapagos Islands where ships are disappearing. This guy calls his daughter, and he says, "We're going to the stratosphere. You gotta stay home. You might die." She follows them. She jumps on the plane. This guy gets mad because she forgot his fare, which is, by the way, what they call when you pay taxis. Taxi cab guys. And that's what they called that back then. And yeah, I'm a little tapped into the 1945 culture. He grabs on her. Joan starts falling because the cab is so desperate for his fare that he's hanging off the side of the plane. They grab the controls. They make a recovery, and they pull Joan up. And the cab. And they were scared. There's an SOS. They catch an SOS on something. There's something sitting on the Galapagos Islands. We'll follow your directional beat. Cosmic ray forward. Things are fading. Will the high-low get there in time? Dun, dun, dun. Who knows? An advertisement of the Ralston Purina Company. The zip gun. This. What is this contraption? What is this? How does it work? It's a plunger. It shoots a plunger? No, it's like a zip line. Oh, it's real. It's a real thing? The zip gun is real? Zip gun. Oh no, it's not a real thing. Oh no, it is a real thing. Okay. I'm gonna get one of those. That is New Fun Comics, issue 1, complete. I've read it. I've read the entire thing. My favorite was probably Well, obviously my favorite was Oswald the Rabbit, because Oswald the Rabbit is the GOAT. I really liked Bubby and Beevil too. I thought this one sucked. This is the worst comic I've ever read. This one also wasn't great, but just because it was hard to read, because the text is so poorly kept. This one was just whatever. This one was kind of fun. Yeah. So now we move on to New Fun Comics issue number 2. She is a secret spy type of lady. So she had an adventure, and a missionary called on her to thank her. And then a guy breaks in and he's like, I'm gonna shoot you, dude. I'm gonna shoot you. Oh, so they were talking. I'm not reading all that. I can't read that. There's no universe I'm reading that. J and G. Oh, this guy's name is Buck. Okay. So he wants to change a dime into a quarter. Okay. That's pretty funny. And then they find a new boat, I think. What? Oh no, they're going after. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell from the art because it's so blurry. Magic Crystal of History, bro. I've been waiting. They're in Egypt. This idiot says we're not strangers. We're Americans. Yeah, Egyptian's gonna know that. Ancient Egyptian. Sorry, not an Egyptian. An ancient Egyptian is not gonna know what America is because America doesn't exist. So, you're stupid. Lock in. They think Bobby and Binks are demons. Why are all the women's names so dumb? There's Binks. Binks is just a dumb name. Yes, Wing and Slim. Wing and Slim. Last issue, they were crashing. They were trying to save some people, and then they got hit in the motor. Hit in the motor. Uh-oh. The rope is fraying, and they're holding onto the plane now. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen? Ivanhoe. Back to this one. I don't want to read this one. I don't want to read this one, but I have to. Where's Oswald? Where's Oswald the Rabbit? Where did he go? Bring back Oswald. Bribed me in that football game last month. Who is this man? Dun dun dun. Oswald! Dude, Oswald's back. Oswald! Holy shit, what's up, man? What's up, Oswald? Dude, they're making Oswald walk the plank. No! No, Oswald! Dude, but he gets a genius idea. Springboard. Dude, Oswald's a genius. Oswald gets on top of the pirate. Dude, they're hunting him down. But Oswald's a genius. He cuts the rope. They all fall and get tangled up. Dude, Oswald. Brilliant performance by my goat, Oswald. Okay, that's not funny. I don't know. I just. Okay. There's nothing funny on this page. It's just his face is so. It surprised me. Okay, there's nothing funny. I don't know why I find it funny, but I didn't expect this. What is he? What is that? What is that thing? Is it like a polar bear? Is it just a Sunny? Plop. Okay. All right, man. Dude. That's crazy, dude. He's trying to inherit the estate. He's trying to inherit the estate, dude. Oh, and he's not very. Oh, she thinks he's not very smart. Not that funny. They gotta run faster, dude. Pelion and Ossa. That looks like Winnie the Pooh. That is not Winnie the Pooh. Dude, this was released in 2023. That's not funny. Oh, the cabbie wants to leave. By the way, this is his fault. He did not have to grab the woman's leg and. Dude, you could have let go when you realized, oh, she's hanging on to this plane. I should probably let go. He was so desperate for his money that he gets on a super police. He gets on a super police boat copter thing, and that's dumb. That's dumb. They say you're a dumb guy, man. You did not need the money that bad. You didn't need it that bad. You didn't. Dude, let's go. Straight shooters always win, and that is New Fun Comics issue 2 complete. I mean, I'll talk about it, which I forgot to do the first one, but it'll be fine. I think this one was a bit better. Okay, we had a full thing for Oswald the Rabbit. That's my goat. I love Oswald, so that's immediate plus. Obviously, Oswald is my favorite here. Obviously, Oswald's my favorite. Super Police is funny. Just in Super Police is fine. I like Tom Mix. Tom Mix is exciting. Dude, there were 2 really bad instances of racism here. Dude, was that one? I'm not gonna say what it is, but it was bad. New Fun Comics, issue 3, and this one looks a bit better quality, which is good. Oh no! Don Drake got grabbed! Oh no, what's gonna happen to Don Drake, bro? Pingus! Okay, Pingus. These berries. Dude, he's eating the berries. He finds something. Oh my god. Nope, I thought that was a penguin. Not a penguin. I just realized what that is. Okay. Oh, I'm a little confused on that one, but... Oh, Oswald the Rabbit! Oswald! I love you. Stop with the bots. I'm trying to read Oswald the Rabbit, okay? Leave me alone. Let me read Oswald the Rabbit, okay? I love Oswald. Don't interrupt me during Oswald time. New Fun's Treasure Hunt. Treasure Isle. Oh, you can fill in the comic, and then you could, dude. Do you think I can still send it in? Do you think if I fill this out, I can still send it in? Mail this coupon before midnight, April 30, 1935. I don't know if it might be a little late. Oh, Ivanhoe. I hate this one. Ivanhoe is the worst thing ever. Little Linda. Last issue, Little Linda found a little boy who was left by his uncle in the middle of nowhere. He sort of found them. Dude, just imagining that. Coming home to your wife from a day of your plumbing job, you open the door, she's like, yo, what's up, husband? And you're like, so I sort of found just a girl and a boy, and I brought them home. I just found them. Why is I know why, but every villain in these comics is Chinese or Arabic or indigenous or Mexican or just not American. Well, all those people can be American if they live in America. But I mean, they're all non-white, specifically. Obviously, I know why. I know why that's the case. But it's crazy. That's every single one of them. Why is there a hen in our soup? Okay. So none of these were funny. Those all sucked. Those are all terrible. And they get that thing. Is that supposed to be a narwhal? What is that? I don't support the real police, but the super police. You can't not support the super police, dude. They're fighting people, dude. They're in the Galapagos Islands. Dude, they're fighting Kid Law. They're fighting Kid Law, bro. They're fighting Captain Kid Law, bro. No way. They're fighting Captain Kid Law, bro. Here's my summary of what happened last time. They found Captain Kid Law. He was sinking so many U.S. ships. There were 5 down in 5 days. So they get the high-low, an airship submarine that can go in the air or under the water using cosmic ray tunnel stuff. And then they find Captain Kid Law, and they're ready to just shoot him to bits, to just destroy him. But they're like, no, there could be U.S. prisoners, bro. We can't do that. So we gotta find another way. And that's my summary of the last 2 issues. And that's issue 3 done already. That one was really quick. Way quicker than issue 2. Okay. Thoughts. Oswald the Rabbit. Peak as always. I love you, Oswald. Where are you? Oswald, my goat. A slight uptick in racism this issue. So that's not great. Yeah. Slight uptick in racism. That's not fun. Oh, Beevil wasn't here. Bubby and Beetle, dude. They wouldn't appear this issue. That's unfortunate. I love Bubby and Beetle. After School is nice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much my thoughts on that one. Oswald, bro, Oswald. He's cleaning himself, dude. He's taking a bath. He's putting on his clothes. He's being Mickey Mouse. He slips and he's in the bath, dude. He's mad, bro. Oswald, no, bro. Dude, Oswald, I'm so sorry, bro. Don't look at me. I didn't do that. I'm sorry, Oswald, man. I love you. I love you, Oswald. I love you so much. Don Drake on the planet Sorrow. Last time they were captured by this weird alien thing. Energy gun, and he kills the squid. Okay, that was that was easy. That was quick. We built this up last issue like it was gonna be a big thing, and he's dead in 3 panels. So, the queer snake men. And then they what the fuck is that? Oh, so this guy helps Jack by not killing him. Why is this random high school athlete having hits paid out on him? What is going on? This random high school athlete is just, there's people being paid to assassinate him. What did he do? Oh, and that's the end of New Fun Comics number 4. I liked Oswald. I really liked Oswald. I always liked Oswald. Oswald's always good. Oswald was really good this one. Sandra of Secret Service is cool. There was about as much racism as there was last issue. So, oh well. Yeah, that's about it. Well, all I have to say. Don't tell anyone. We're skipping number 5. We're skipping number 5 because I just can't read that. I can't read that. New Fun Comics number 6. Number 6. We did have to skip number 5 because it was literally impossible to read. So there's going to be some things we're a little confused on. That's okay. A boob fish? Dude, the boob fish. Don Drake on the planet Zorro. What the hell? I've got mini pizzas here. I'm gonna start eating. Didn't they find like crazy amounts of lead in these or something recently? Hope I don't have lead poisoning. Sorry. Oh, Oswald! The Rabito! Oswald! Oh boy! He's practicing his golf, dude. He smashes through in a classic Oswald. He's gonna get... Dude, he has parents? I thought he lived on his own. But there's an extra pane in glass, so he's trying to fix it outside. Dude, he wants to be a carpenter. He's about to fix it, and then he trips and it hits his head. Bro, Oswald. Classic Oswald. He tries to sleep, and there's a monkey. There's a monkey sneaking into his house, dude. There's a monkey. Magic Crystal of History. They must have escaped Egypt somehow. And they're in the haunted house. And they're back in Egypt, dude. Stop looking at the crystal. You're gonna just keep ending up in ancient Egypt. There. Dr. Occult, the ghost detective. And Dr. Occult has no effect on the vampire. No, what are they gonna do? No. Luckily, it's only on this page. So anyways, as I said, we're not doing Big Book of Fun Comics because it's just a collection of comics. So we're skipping that one. But now, second announcement, starting here. The second ever DC ongoing comic. New Comics. Another anthology, I believe. Yeah. It was the second continuing title for DC Comics. And it was half the size of... and it's also Adventure Comics. Which is, I think, still a thing. I think Adventure Comics is still on. I'm not sure. New Comics. It was half the size of New Fun Comics. So that should be interesting. I accidentally forgot to talk about New Comics. It was alright. It kind of sucked. It actually really sucked. There's nothing I care about. It sucked. It was just boring. It was boring. Oswald! 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 Oh, dude, he was on the wrong boat for 3 days. He was trying to head to his uncle's place, but he was on the wrong boat for 3 days, dude. Classic Oswald. Classic Oswald, dude. I love this fucking rabbit. The silver bullets are doing nothing to the vampire. Oh no, his wife's been kidnapped. No, what is Dr. Occult gonna do? New Fun Comics issue 7. Also, it's called More Fun Comics right now. It's now called More Fun Comics at this point. They did a name change. It's cool. It's good. Good as always. Oswald, still the best part. Now on to New Comics, issue 2. And I believe we are almost at the end. New Comics, still ass. I don't care about it. It sucks. It's boring. It's bad. There's nothing I care about. The Federal Men, no, I don't care. Peter and Holahan, I don't care. Beanie, no, I don't care. Daredevil Dunk, I don't care. Captain Spinnaker, I don't care. I do like Dickie Duck. Dickie Duck's funny. Dickie Duck's cool. Anyways, finally, the final issue of today. More Fun number 8. And it looks like this one's pretty terribly kept. So it's going to be difficult to read. Slim Pickens. Right, the gorilla has rescued him from the ghostly inhabitants of his dead aunt's home. Dude, this guy's so confused. The worst part of this issue is there was no Oswald. There was no fucking Oswald, dude. There was no Oswald. Okay, so that is More Fun Comics number 8. I read More Fun Comics number 8. What are my thoughts on everything? So, my main takeaways. DC at the start, a little racist. I think every issue has had a little bit of racism. A lot of black people characters. Not a big fan of that. A lot of racism towards indigenous people, Mexicans, Chinese people, black people. I think some other people. Just a lot of racism. It's just everywhere. 2, they said queer one time and I thought that was really funny. 3, I need DC to bring back Oswald the Rabbit. Give him an ongoing. He's probably too close to Mickey Mouse. Probably not allowed to do that. In that case, bring back Pelin and Asa. Give them an ongoing. Give Dr. Occult an ongoing. Bring back Dr. Occult. Also, my third main takeaway, DC Comics kind of fucking sucked at the start. There's some funny stuff, there's some good stuff, like Oswald, Pelin, and Asa, Dr. Occult, Super Police was fun for a bit, Dawn is fun, the space guy, but for the most part, it kind of sucks. It sucks, like, a lot. I posted the video yesterday, of yesterday's stream. I posted the video, right, and it's really funny. If you go to the comments on the video, yes, I like my own video. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people just saying some variation of hi Rhino. I don't think there's any special things I have to talk about. There was a couple things yesterday because that was the start of the company. Today is just these. Tomorrow is also just these. And then today's Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, we add Detective Comics, which is also when DC became known as DC. That looks old. Yeah, it is old. It's from 1936. Oh yeah, this guy works with Sirloin because Sirloin helped him in a bar. Okay, there was a bar that this guy kept getting thrown out of, and Sirloin was like, I'm gonna stop you getting thrown out of the bar. I'm gonna let you pay. And then they both got thrown out because he was no match for the bar keep. 1720 on the black. This one's good. I like this one. So this guy is a gambler. He loves gambling. He loves gambling. So he, like, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think he saves someone, and then he gets paid money for doing it. He gets a reward, and then he gambles it all away. Also, something I found out yesterday. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about these. There's a couple things. First, Dr. Occult, the one I really liked last time, written by the same guys who create Superman. That's cool. Number 2, what else was I talking about? Dude, Oswald the Rabbit predates Mickey Mouse. Oswald the Rabbit was made first by Walt Disney, and then He lost the rights to Oswald, so then he created Mickey Mouse. Oswald is older than Mickey. Dude, I need to see Oswald the Rabbit vs. Batman in the next movie. Batman Part 2, Matt Reeves, please. Oswald the Rabbit vs. Batman, please. This is crazy. This panel is insane. Federal Men! And look what that says, by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, aka the creators of Superman. My summary of this so far is there's a plane manufacturer and he is getting there's assassinations being put out on him. So Steve, aka the Federal Man, is like, I'm gonna protect you. They go up in their plane and they're traveling somewhere to the plane manufacturer's estate or something. They get attacked by assassins. The propeller on the plane is broken, so Steve jumps onto the other plane. The Federal Man jumps on the other plane, and he starts fighting the assassin. The assassin activates something that makes the plane burst in flames and then parachutes out. Steve jumps off the plane and follows him and tackles him. So now they all land, and it turns out this guy is secretly the inventor of the plane, and the plane manufacturer stole his invention. Okay, he's about to kill Brent. Federal Man steals the gun and is like, hey, tell me what's going on. The plane inventor explains that he invented the plane, and then the plane manufacturer stole the plans, and he and the inventor swore that the plane manufacturer would pay with his life. So the manufacturer comes up and he's like, I got a gun. Both of you put your hands up. Steve has to give over his gun. Plane manufacturers, you're both gonna die. I'm gonna say the guy shot you and then I shot him in an effort to save you. And then Federal Man is like, no, screw you, give me your gun. Beats him up, but the bad guy is like, hey, I'm choking you. The pilot wakes up, tackles the bad guy from behind, and then Federal Man is like, nobody's gonna die here today. We're gonna settle this in court. So that's my summary of Federal Man, issue 2. Send your Dern lie of approximately 175 words to Tall Story Editor, New Comics Magazine, whatever address. If published, you will receive $1.22 and the original drawing. Wait, I kind of want $1 though. And by the way, that is the end of New Comics issue 3, which means now we gotta talk about it. So, couple things. First, it was fun. I was shitting on New Comics at the end of the last stream. I was just I was tired, right? But now I'm not tired. Now I'm like, okay, it's actually pretty good. Federal Man is peak. Federal Man is the best thing out of all of these that I've read so far. Dixie Duck is pretty funny. Billy the Kid is alright. What else did I read that I liked? There's that one with the blonde kid. That was funny. But yeah, it was good. It was pretty good. I want more stuff like Federal Man. The comedy stuff just isn't really my thing. I like the occasional comedy. I like the occasional comedy, but there's I prefer like action and adventure. To more fun comics, number 9. Okay, that was a pretty bad issue, to be honest. I like Sandra of the Secret Service, but this one was just kind of mid. Nothing really happened. Literally nothing happened. Okay, so this is Slim Pickens, right? In the previous issues, he moved into his aunt's house. Turns out it was haunted. Then a gorilla climbed through his window and saved him from the ghosts, who were actually famous criminals. And now he and the gorilla are just sort of buddies. So, here's what this is about. So Slim Pickens is trying to escape his new gorilla buddy. So he runs while the gorilla's asleep. And then he buys a newspaper because he's like, I need a job because I can't run out of place to live because my aunt's place is haunted, blah, 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 blah. He's poor. He's poor right now. He's like, I need a job. I can't find him. And then the gorilla sneaks up on him. And he's like, okay, I can't escape the gorilla, so I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna drown him by pushing him in the water. Then he sees something in the paper. He's like, yo, what's this in the paper? The kid is like, wait, that gorilla, there's a $100 reward for the return of the escaped circus ape. So he's like, damn, I gotta save the ape now. And that's the issue. That was More Fun number 9. Unfortunately, I couldn't read it because the quality was too poor. I read a little bit of it. Right, Slim Pickens was fun. Pelion and Asa was alright as always. I don't think I saw any Oscar. I was a little worried that Oscar is going to stop making appearances, which would be bad. New Comics number 4. These buddies are hunting, and I guess they're having a competition to see who can hunt more, and this guy rolls a stone onto a duck's head. Okay. What happens in this issue is this guy's like, I'm going to go south. This guy's, I'm going to go north. Then he shows a picture of a pretty girl in the south, and he's like, okay, I want to go south now. And somebody goes overboard. And we're gonna have to find out who next issue. Dun dun dun. Slim and Tex. What is it with these 1936 comics and their obsession with naming people Slim? Dude, Wing and Slim, Slimzy, Slim. Everybody's named fucking Slim. It's not a name. That's not a name. Everybody's named Slim. Why? Why, dude? Anyways, my summary of this. Okay, so Steve, our main guy, Steve, he finds a map and there's a spot on it marked X. So he goes to this location and he finds a diving suit. He goes underwater to the bottom of the ocean and discovers like a team of people going into a submarine. He stops one of them, fights him, and then takes his place with the others. They're about to all take their helmets off, so he sabotages the thing, flooding it with water. By the time they fixed it, they're too late, and they have to prepare to get to their positions because they plan to assassinate the United States president. What did I like? What did I read? What did I read? I don't know. I liked Federal Man. It was good. Okay, actually, I'm just gonna scroll through it while I speak so I can. Okay. Sirloin of Beef is always good. It's funny. Captain Spinnaker is like fine. The issue today kind of sucked. Actually, did not like Captain Spinnaker, but it's usually okay. 1720 on the Black is getting good, and yeah, Federal Man is really good. Okay, I think that's pretty much all I have for that. So now we move on to More Fun Comics number 10. Okay, alright, I get the joke. He was golfing and he kept hitting the grass and he did it so much that he ended up in China. I thought for a second it was going to end up being a 9/11 joke, but then I remembered this was, I think, before the Twin Towers existed. We might. Dr. Occult. It says by Legend Roots, but those are pen names for Joe Shuster and John Siegel, aka the creators of Superman. Let's read Dr. Occult's explanation. Where the hell am I? Okay. So, this madman, in using the name Methuselah, betrayed his purpose, like that mythical character he hoped to live 1,000 years. However, he believes that to gain these years, he must kill others and, through incantation, cause the years of life, which ordinarily would have been theirs, to be transferred to himself. I gathered from newspaper files that the ancestors of his victims were known to have lived at least 90 years. I arranged a trap. Wow. Dude, he's like so smart. Dr. Occult is like a genius. The gorilla comes, and Slim apologizes. And then, what the hell? Dude, I'd read that. Ramblin' Jim. In the Wake of the Wonder, Hubert. Hubert is listening to music, and then he goes to the movie theater, and there's a long lineup, and he's waiting, and he's hiding behind a guy. Actually, don't know what issue that was, but that's the end. So now I have to talk about it. So, what did I like? Sandra is getting good. Sandra of the Secret Service. I'm interested in what happens there. Ivanhoe's still around. Don Drake is cool. I like Don Drake. I think Don Drake is awesome. He's still in Zetruria. Mr. Divot was kind of funny, I guess. I don't really see. I think that's like a one-issue thing, surely, because I don't see where else you can go with that. Pelin and Asa was funny, as always. Super Police, I don't know what's going on in Super Police. Magic, Crystal Ball, I wish I could have read it. I want to see Little Linda in Vietnam. What did Little Linda do to you? That, and of course, the best little story in this entire thing was, of course, Hubert. Nothing could be as good as Hubert. New Comics number 5. New Comics number 5. Sam the Porter. Okay. Alright, that is probably racist. So he gets really scared and runs and hides because he keeps hearing bullets. But it's actually horseflies. Okay, so as you can see right there, I just left my computer. My grandma called me and asked me to do something for her, so I did. I had to help her. Then I made some mini pizzas and I returned to stream. However, when I returned, I, being the idiot I am, forgot to unmute. And I was muted for so long. Like, I don't know how long, but like 30 minutes at least. And when I figured out, I was so mad. Because there were so many funny bits I did. Dude, it's just... dude, I'm still mad about it. So, sadly, there's a lot of funny things I said and a lot of parts of the comics that I unfortunately have to cut out now. Because, guess what? I'm an idiot. Sorry. I'll make sure it won't happen again, though. If you enjoy my content, though, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, following, favoriting, sharing, sending it to your friends, subscribing to me on Twitch, dropping a gift sub, give TikTok gift, post to your story, and other things, and watch on every single one of your devices. Thank you. Yeah. How long have I been muted? Dude, I've been muted for so long. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Shit. Dude, oh my god. Dude, that's actually like... Dude, half an hour I was muted for. That's half an hour of this video I just lost. Dude. No. This sucks. I am actually an idiot. That is New Comics issue 7. What did I like? What did I not like? I liked Don Coyote, as always. I don't know if I mentioned this, because I don't know what I was muted for, but they changed the name of Sirloin to Don Coyote. Still not happy about that change. Also, they named one of the guys Hamburger, which I think is really funny. There's so much I lost, bro. There's so much I lost. Don Drake. So once again, I don't know if this is in the video, because I might have been muted, but this animal looks like a rhino and has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horns. Absolute cinema. Dude, it was so funny when I said it the first time. Fuck! Dude, The Three Musketeers? How many novels was DC adapting into comic books at this time? They've got The Three Musketeers, they've got Ivanhoe, they've got A Tale of Two Cities, dude. They're just doing everything they can. Dr. Occult. So in the last issue, which again, I don't know if it's in the video because I might have been muted, but Dr. Occult found a werewolf and chained it up, and then it turned back into a human, and the human said that it had a home, and the and they wanted help from Dr. Occult, so it led it to the home, which was actually a place where this girl was like running a place for a bunch of men to stay, and there was a bunch of men there. And then Dr. Occult looked in the mirror, and he saw the woman in the mirror, and she actually looked like a werewolf, which means she's making all of them werewolves. And that's what happened in the last issue of Dr. Occult. What happens in this issue is Dr. Occult is attacked. He fights off the men as best he can, but he can't beat them. He's captured by the woman. She straps him down and prepares to inject him with the werewolf disease, which will turn him into a werewolf. Then, the lady, whose name is Mrs. Daniels, is attacked by one of her cultists. He shoots her and kills her. It turns out it's Wesley, the guy who went to Dr. Occult for the help in the first place. So now, with Miss Daniels dead, it means all the werewolves are no longer werewolves and they're free to go. And Dr. Occult is the GOAT as always. Hubert! 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 Hubert is like the new Oswald the Rabbit. Obviously, Oswald the Rabbit was special. He was my GOAT. But Hubert is just... he's Hubert. Oswald the Rabbit can't be brought back. Oswald is, he's too close to Mickey Mouse. He wasn't even really theirs to begin with. He wasn't really DC to begin with. But Hubert can be brought back. And so, DC, I beg you, I plead to you, on my knees, please, give Hubert an ongoing. Okay, that not only brings us to the end of More Fun Comics issue 13, but it also brings us to the end of today's stream. Let me talk about issue 13 of More Fun Comics for a second. Calling all cars as good as always. Hubert, my goat. Sirloin, Coyote, he's Sirloin. Always the goat. Dr. Occult, peak. Dr. Occult is probably my favorite thing going on right now. But Hubert is also my goat. So, now a summary of the whole day. We went through a lot. Today was a much shorter stream because I was, I didn't read everything. I skipped things I didn't care about, which I know technically is not, but I feel that I can do that and still stay in the realm of reading every DC comic because I'm doing that. So, I was reading a lot. I was a lot more comfortable reading what I wanted to. Right? I knew what I liked, and I still read things I didn't know, and I enjoyed them. And yeah, there was a lot more racism in here, right? The racism's upticking a little bit, and that's crazy. Not surprising now, it's the 30s. Whatever. I didn't address it most of the time. I tried to avoid it just because who cares? I mean, it's the 30s. Everybody knows there's gonna be some racism. Like, everybody knows. Also, the Mike issue thing, dude, made me so mad. I actually wanted to end the stream after that because you don't understand how many good bits I did during that span of time. And it's all gone now. That was during that span of time, when I was muted, that was probably the funniest I've been the entire stream. And now it's all gone. It's all gone. It's gone. Out of my mouth and into the stratosphere. Ah! 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 Alright. I'm not gonna complain about the name change again, but I still don't like it. This is terrible, Riz. This does not work. Don't try this. Don't walk by people's windows and tell them you're gonna serenade them later tonight. That, I promise, that does not work. These are the people who were saved by a caveman. So, because I was muted last stream, I don't think that clips in the video, but basically, Dale here was investigating something, and she was about to get attacked. Her and her buddy Dick were about to get attacked, but then this guy came out of his cave with a club and clubbed the guy over the head and led them back to his cave. He is literally a caveman. Those are his buddies? Dude, he's a monkey buddy! He is a monkey buddy! Uh-oh, dude. Okay, so what happened in this issue of 1720 Yellow Black is Jim Gale has gotten the pearls. Okay? He's escaped and is attacked by a woman with a gun. But then she says, okay, I'm going to help you. We're going to get on a ship. And then he gets on the ship he doesn't want to get on the ship, but she forces him on, and she captures him. And she's like, "I want the pearls," and then the pearls disappear, and someone shoots a gun, and it's like, uh-oh, what's gonna happen next? Okay, so Steve and some other federal men are being talked to by the director or something, and he's like, "Hey, a lot of stuff is going on. The submarine attack on the president, and the looting of Washington, and everything that's going on." And then Steve is like, "Hey, this is part of this is my fault. I let that one guy get away. I'm sorry." And then he's talking, and then a plane comes in and bombs a bridge, and then Steve runs out and gets on a plane. Steve and Ralph, his buddy Ralph. I don't know who Ralph is, but someone named Ralph gets on the plane with Steve, and they go up and swoop in to attack the bombing plane. So Steve and Ralph are in the plane. They're attacking the bomber, right? And then it looks like the bad guys are doomed until a new plane comes in, attacks Steve and Ralph's plane, and they start going down, right? Their plane, they lose the wing, and they have to abandon their plane and parachute down to the ground. Okay, so now what's going on is Ralph and Steve are hiding from the plane, and it flies away. So they go back to the headquarters, and they find out that a radio station's position has been located, and they break into the empty warehouse, which contains a contraband station, and they find the operator and attack him, right? And they hide him in a closet and capture him. And someone starts knocking on the door and breaks in and points a gun at them and yells, "Don't move." So the girl hears the captive in the closet. He's kicking and stuff. So Steve takes the chance to take her gun, and she's like, "Hey, Steve, I'm a reporter, and I need your help," or something. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll have to find out what happens in the next issue. 1. Sandra is now in Razbia. She was sent there by the Gavonian princess, and she is trying to sell information to Razbia. And it turns out the governor of Razbia already has the information. And he says, "Okay, I'll still pay you though, and hopefully your next information will be better." And she says, "All right, I'll try to make sure my next information is actually better." And then some guy in a green cloak is following her. Okay, so some guy in green, right, he follows her. It turns out he's a spy from Gavonia. He says, "Hey, what are you doing? You're selling Gavonian secrets." And Sandra's like, "No, I'm a friend to the Princess of Gavonia." And it's sorta you can't tell yet whether she's telling the truth and she actually is a friend, and if there's something deeper going on, or if she's betraying her. And then Sandra throws a gun at the guy and knocks him out. Now what happens here is the guy wakes up, and Sandra's pointing a gun at him, and she's like, "Yo, I'm a friend, dude. I'm a Gavonian spy. I'm trying to get in the good graces of Razbia. I knew he already had that information. I just wanted to show my loyalty, so they would trust me." Then some Razbian officers break in, and they take away the Gavonian spy, and she's like, "Trust me, I'm going to save you." And then the issue ends. As I was saying, Dr. Occult and his buddy Zetor are flying through a supernatural world, and they're heading towards the Seven. Suddenly, they're attacked by mythical beasts controlled by a villain, a being named Koth. And then the two are saved by the seven spirits or whatever, who circle them and protect them from Koth. Koth starts to attack them. Zetor and Occult help, using their mental abilities to scare Koth off, and Koth backs off. Occult and Zetor arrive at their destination, the hidden realm of the Seven. And then they ask who Koth is, and it's explained that he's a mythical creature who has a terrible hatred for men, for people. and that if Occult and Zator meet him again, they will not survive. So now, Occult and Zator are asked to go retrieve a mystical belt from Egypt that can defeat Koth, because Koth controls infinite evil forces. And if they want to save the human race, they have to use the belt to defeat Koth. Despite the dangers, Dr. Occult agrees, and he's given like a cape, a badge of the Seven, and a sword that is said to be more than just a normal sword. And then they arrive at the pyramids, and Koth notices that they have arrived. And that's where the issue ends. Slim Pickens just isn't the same since the gorilla left. Wait, find the rhino. Rhino! This is bad. This is looking bad for Steve Carson. So, okay, Steve is in a plane. He's flying around. He's dodging a giant robot. There's a giant robot attacking him. The giant robot suddenly catches his plane and smashes him down into the water and starts storming towards the city. So, how's Steve gonna get out of this one? How's Steve gonna stop this robot? I don't know. So what's happening here is Steve managed to jump out of the plane just as it was caught by the robot. He dove into the water and snuck into the automations into the robot's legs. He found a hatch and snuck inside. And it was a radio-directed control room. So he begins trying to take over the robot's like movements and stuff. So he makes the giant passive, and then suddenly 2 more warrior robots rise and start attacking Steve. So Steve has to fight the other 2 robots, okay? He manages to pick one of them up and throw it into the other. He destroys the hangar and then the controls of the robot, and he escapes from it, parachuting down. He is then rescued at sea and returns to headquarters. Unfortunately, I did have to skip More Fun Comics issue 16 because it was just too hard to read. Okay, there were 4 comics left in the stream, and I did read them all, but then my internet went out during the stream, and I didn't notice until I had finished reading them all, because I didn't really look at chat, and that's my fault. So I've lost the footage for that. DC with the release of Detective Comics issue 1. Before this, it was called, I believe, National Comics or something like that. This was the birth of DC. This is when it became DC. We're starting with Speed Saunders and the River Patrol. He looks like Sylvester Stallone. Taro isn't Taro. It's actually Cosmo, the genius detective. Bart just doesn't care. He's like, fine, dude. I don't care. She knows he's lying, though. She knows. Bart has to pretend to be an army captain. He has to pretend to be Captain Markham and attend the Olga... Oh, no. He has to make the acquaintance of Olga Balindoff, who is believed to use her charms to steal valuable army secrets. Ooh, Sally makes it to the party. And, oh, and Bart is hanging out with Olga already. Oh, this is long. Slam Bradley! Again, by Jerome Stigall and Joe Shuster. Police chief needs Slam on a case. This short guy really wants to be Slam's partner. She just needs someone to guard her tiny little stupid dog. Gets really mad. He gets really mad about having to guard a dog. He should kill the dog. He pays the short guy to do the dog job. Okay, they're calling him a person in quotations just because he's short. So he calls Slam Bradley and is like, she went into the store and she disappeared. He tells Slam how to get to the place, and then on the other side of the pit is a dragon. Oh no, that's not a real dragon. It's like a building. It's a painting. He spills the paint. Oh, it's glowing paint. Okay. Now they can see him in the dark, and they're gonna follow him. Slam paints Shorty, so he's glowing. Oh, okay, that's a slur. Oh, he wants her to sign a paper to permit his torturers to torture her. Is that illegal? That's ready. He starts fighting them. Shorty's trapped just like the others. Oh, and finally, Shorty becomes Slam's partner. That is the end of Detective Comics issue 1. There was a lot of good stuff in here. Speed Saunders was peak. Cosmo the Phantom of Disguise, amazing. Liked that one a lot. Where is it? Oh no, this one. Oh yeah, Bart Reagan Spy was really good. And obviously, Slam Bradley was peak. Okay, a couple things I noticed about this. One, it's more action-adventure spy stuff, which is what I like. So I'm happy about that. This is already better than More Fun Comics and New Comics. Or New Adventure Comics, I think it's called now. So, I already like this one better than those ones just because it's more action-adventure. 2, the stories in this one are a lot longer. Like, they're like 7-8 pages. Whereas in previous issues of the other comics, the stories were like 2 pages, 4 pages at the absolute max. So anyways, that was Detective Comics issue 1. And now we move on to More Fun Comics. Number 19. What? So there's some guy smiling at the table and he's really pale. And they're like, yo, that guy's really weird. Dr. Ockle is like, I'm going to go see what's going on. And then it turns out the guy's dead and he's been dead for at least a month? That's insane. What is going on? I guess we'll have to find out next issue. Holy shit, dude. Okay, I just needed a clip for TikTok. Do not pick the flowers. Elevation 3100 feet. Hey, can't you read? Say, comrade, would you mind keeping an eye on this while I go out to lunch? And the funny part of it is if he's usually ferocious with strangers, Mr. Jones. Do you know Yankee Doodle? Alright, but you don't need to be so small about it. I have 3 pesos. Let's start a revolution. You must join us for dinner tonight, Count. We're having fried hamburger and onions. I really think we'd better decide who's going to drive. The only trouble about sitting on the ground is you don't have no place to hang your legs. Those were funny, dude. Those are so funny, bro. Oh, wow. Whoa. Dude. Okay, they reuse this stance like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 7 times they reuse the same stance and just change his face and maybe his hand once. Steve Carson. So these 2 kids are federal men. They're junior federal men. And they got that by reading Steve Carson's adventures in New Adventure Comics. Then they hear some groaning from behind the fence. It's Steve Carson. He's injured or something. He says, you've got to help me, kids. You kids. I'm a federal. I work with the FBI. You got to help me, kids. Okay, he was caught up with a kidnapper and he got shot. Oh, okay. So he's asking these 2 children to go stop a kidnapper. He's saying, oh, I'm injured by a bullet, but you 2 kids, you have to go stop this kidnapper. So they decide, all right, we're going to prove that we deserve to be junior federal men because we're going to stop this kidnapper. Me, 12 years old, and my friend here, 9 years old, we're going to stop this kidnapper. They peek into the window and they see the guy. They see the bad guy. He's got his gun to another guy's face. He's like, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you in exactly 1 minute. And I've got the money. I've got the ransom money, and I'm gonna shoot you in exactly 1 minute. This guy's pretending to sell ice cream. And then the tall guy sneaks in the window, and then the bad guy slams the door, and the bad guy, he's ready to kick this guy. And then the short kid splashes him in the face with melted ice cream. And then Steve Carson thanks them because the bad guy's been caught. Wow. Look, you too can join the Junior Federal Men Club. Hey, if you are between the ages of 7 and 12, you too can join the Junior Federal Club. You can go on dangerous missions, stopping kidnappers, drug addicts, murderers, all at the age of 9 years old for just $5 a month. Sorry, actually it's 5 cents a month. And then you will be an official federal junior. If you die, you will not get... if you die, we're not to blame. By signing up for this, you sign a contract that says if you die, it's not our fault. Yeah, only you can prevent kidnappings. You, 9-year-old Timmy, watching this on your TV in 1935. You have to save the world, kid. Get to it. And then Slam slaps him in the face and kicks him out the door. Hangs onto the spare tire of the lawyer's car. Shorty throws a bolt. Tony ducks, slips, and falls to his death. And she's beating up the Cappy. What? What? What is this? Dude, he threw a potted plant out the window. Why did you do that? Just jokes. I'm trying to tell you, doctor, it's my son who has the toothache. I guess I should have worn my rubbers. Got a light? Quick, there's been a robbery. Where can I find a policeman? Ladies and gents, you have seen many parachute jumps. They're old stuff, but Daredevil will now thrill you with a 15,000-foot jump without a parachute. I still don't believe you can do the Hindu rope trick. He used to be a caretaker in the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Doctor, do you think you could remodel my nose? Very simple. I'll use dynamite. Why are these never funny? They're capable of being funny. You know, people back then. Because there's funny. I've read some funny comics in this. Yeah. In this very title. But these ones are never funny. Okay. Dr. Occult. He opens the coffin, and there's nothing there. The coffin is empty. Uh-oh. A butler? Custer the butler? Custer the butler. Okay. And Dr. Occult falls unconscious. Dr. Occult is dead. And that, folks, is the end of today's stream. The birth of... We just witnessed the birth of DC Comics. Some of my favorite things today were Slam Bradley was really fun. The Bart guy, I think it was just called Spy. That was fun. Federal Men was good. It was funny. But there was we only got to see one Federal Men issue. What else was there? What was that one thing? What did we just read? What did we just read? What did we just read? Oh, right. Dr. Occult. Dr. Occult was good. There's a lot of mysteries going on in Dr. Occult right now. I'm excited to see where we're going. And overall, there was a lot of Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster in this era, I suppose. Hi, it's me again. Sadly, during the stream, my internet went out, and rather than editing the stream, I decided to just do like a review portion, and I already recorded that, and that will be after this segment. But first, I have something from one of my friends. They recorded themselves voice acting one of the comics from Feature Funnies, number 6, I believe, Tommy O'Toole. I'm just going to let it play, and then I will do commentary and my opinion on the strip afterwards, like a review. Okay, good.
And don't forget, O'Toole, do not allow the kids to ride on the horse's back or on the wagon anymore. Yes, sir. Gosh, kids, I'm sorry, but it's the boss's orders. You can't ride on Ambrosie's back or on the wagon. Shucks. Aw, gee. Heck. Say, you kids wait till I finish my route, and I think I got an idea. Mr. Rooney, I would like to rent a saddle horse. Sure, Tommy. Gee, I bet Tommy's going riding and he just wants us to watch Ambrosie. Oh, that won't be any fun. Uh-huh. He's kind of small, Mr. Rooney. Ain't you got any big saddle horses? Huh? It's the biggest horse I got in the barn. How's he? Not so good. Gosh, I guess your horses are all too little. Why, this horse is big enough for anybody to ride, Tommy. Well, I don't know, you see. There's really 7 of us going.
Cinema. Okay, let me give some actual thoughts. First of all, the voice acting is peak. Cinema, absolute cinema. My friend is the goat for that. I will put his YouTube link in the description. He'll probably upload it in 7 months. Okay, now about the actual comic. It was funny, but I'm not sure if it was the voice acting that made it funny or the comic that was funny. Cause I found this funny. I found the voice acting version funny. I laughed a little bit at the original version, maybe a little bit. It was like feature funnies sucked, not funny. Tommy O'Toole, pretty funny, pretty good. Out of all, compared to everything else in feature funnies, I would say Tommy O'Toole is pretty good. Especially this one, because it's a pretty good joke. It's for the 1930s. It's a pretty good joke, right? So obviously he has the kids, and he's like, and the guy's like, hey, don't let them ride the horse. And he's like, I'm gonna let them ride the horse, but they're all gonna ride one horse, and there's gonna be me and 6 children on a horse. And it's good. It's great. It's awesome. It's amazing. I love it. The ending could be a little stronger, I think. It could have a funnier ending, I think. The punchline, as it is, feels a little It's fine. It's fine. Now we move on to the next portion of the video, which I have pre-recorded, which is a review of all the comics I read this week and this day today, and that will be the direction my content moves towards from now on, generally. So, give Alex Lingo subscribe. Subscribe to Alex Lingo. His link will be in the description below. He's funnier than me. And he makes gaming videos. So now we go to the next segment, and editing Rhino Horn. This is your first view of editing Rhino Horn. How do you like me? Editing Rhino Horn out. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking my shirt off. I wasn't able to do as much. This is gonna be a different style of video from now on, from here on out, in this video specifically, because stream I was forced to end because my internet went out. So obviously it's a bit more difficult to do what I normally do. But basically today we read some detective comics, some more fun comics, some new adventure comics, and some feature funnies. Now, what are my thoughts? I think Detective Comics is still my favorite of the bunch by far. You've got Slam Bradley, you've got Spy, you've got Speed Saunders, you've got Cosmo, the Phantom Mask guy, and they're all really good, and they're exciting, and they're just awesome. They're just cool. They're cool. And they're fun to read, and they're adventurous, and especially Slam Bradley. I love Slam Bradley. I love Slam. I love Shorty. Shorty's so funny. I love the unique like concepts and the villains, and the art is amazing. And he's in like a different place every issue, and it's just cool. It's cool. I love Slam Bradley. As for More Fun Comics, still good. That's the one we started with, the very first one. It started as New Fun, now it's become More Fun Comics. It was New Fun, then it was More Fun, now it's More Fun Comics. What do I think about it? It's alright. It's alright. It's I'm not gonna say it's the weakest of the bunch. It's probably the second best. It's okay. There's some things I like in there. There's a lot I don't like. I think Dr. Occult is still in there. Sandra of the Secret Service is always good. Sirloin of Beef, I forget what he's called now, but he's obviously really good. I don't even know if he's still in there. I don't think we saw him today. But yeah, I still enjoy it. I still like it. It's just, it's whatever. It's fine. It's really, okay. These are all not good. None of these are good. Okay, these are all kind of like mid. Other than Slam Bradley. Slam Bradley is like the only, Detective Comics is good. Detective Comics is pretty good. Everything else ranges from mid to really bad. So More Fun Comics I would put in the mid section. Then there's New Comics, which is I would put like a worse than More Fun Comics, but still pretty mid. Right. There's Federal Men, which is good. There's 1720 on the Black, which I like. There's not much else, to be honest. Hubert was there for a while, I think. I'm not sure if he was in More Fun or this one, but Hubert. I like Hubert. He's not even there anymore though, so it's like, but yeah, I guess New Fun is fine. New Adventure Comics, and then eventually it'll become Adventure Comics, but for now it's called New Adventure Comics. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. That's all I have to say. Then we have Feature Funnies, the one we got introduced to today, the one that I have a little bit more experience with than you do. What do I say about Feature Funnies? You know how I said they range from pretty good to mid to bad? This is the bad one. This is really bad. It's bad. It's not funny. And that's about all it's trying to be, is funny, and it's not funny. Unfortunately. Whoops. Sorry. But yeah, it's just like, it's alright, I guess. I guess it's alright. It's like fine. It's like fine. It's like fine. Dude, there's not much else I have to say about it, to be honest. It's just fine. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on today's things. Yeah, this might be, until we get to more, I'm gonna bring back, I'm gonna still try to react to them sometimes, but I might do more similar, this style videos, right? So I can actually, talk about them, the introductions of characters. I think this is a better format, honestly. At least for now, until we get to, shorter stories that aren't just, full 100-page magazines. Until we get to, 20-page books in the Silver Age, which is gonna take a while. I think we're gonna sort of transfer more to this type of format.
Hey, it's me again. If you made it here, I don't know how you did that. I can't even sit through an hour of me. But thanks. A lot. That's crazy. I don't know what I don't have much to say here. Obviously you can see my style of content changed a lot throughout those videos, and now my current style is a lot different than the one in those previous videos. So if you check my most recent videos, see how my style is now. But I don't really know why I'm here, actually. I don't have much to say. I guess, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, thanks a lot. That's crazy. I commend you. I'm sorry you put yourself through that. But yeah. I hope to make this like a job one day, maybe. I doubt it's gonna happen, but, I can hope, right? Even if it doesn't, make any money, even if it doesn't make any money, even if I never get any views, I'm still gonna do it, right? Because my goal is to read every DC comic, and I'm going to do that. But, anyways, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm Ron7. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!